and a high rate of physical abnormalities, e.g., cleft palate. Hello, amazing people. Welcome back. It's pregnancy week by week, and today we are in week 9. Oh, wow. Congratulations. You've come this far. This is so amazing. Congratulations once again. My name is Jovita Abala, and I'm here to bring you some information, some details in pregnancy as far as the week goes by. And it's more like a road trip, because when you're on a road trip, you get to see the trees, you get to see the landscape. You might even get to buy some things on your way, and it's usually very interesting, unlike starting up a journey, entering a flight and getting to your destination. Now, that's boring, even though it's faster. But as far as a pregnancy is concerned, there is no way you can fast forward it. So you have to take the steps one after the other. So this is what I'm bringing you here, and we are in week 9. Congratulations, mommy. Congratulations. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. So in the first trimester, your body is working overtime to develop the placenta, and we know that, like I said, in week 5, the placenta is the baby's going between, and apart from that, your baby does not get your blood directly. It goes through the placenta, which in turn extracts all the nutrients and all the benefits from the blood and gives it right to the baby. And the placenta is the only way your baby can be able to dispose its waste. So now see how the placenta is. What the placenta does is to create that environment within the womb that the baby can use to develop outside on a normal day. I mean, when you give birth to your baby, the whole environmental factors and you breastfeeding and every other thing happens on its own. But inside the womb, the placenta creates that. Isn't that amazing? So at week 9, fatigue sets in. You know, when you start getting tired and you're one of those who don't want your neighbors to know you're already pregnant and you've just been holding it somehow. Yeah, well, you can be mistaken for being lazy. So fatigue sets in at week 9, and you have to take as much rest as possible. Please stay away from stimulants. There are a lot of stimulants, even those that we are not even aware of that we might even take, and then we start feeling somehow they are stimulating a thing or two inside of us. And you have to learn how to say no to stimulants when you are pregnant. You have somebody depending on you inside there. So you have to make a strong and firm decision to stay away from things that can harm your baby. Now, let's take, for instance, the cigarettes. Study has shown that more women who take cigarettes end up miscarrying their babies. I know a lot of women don't take cigarettes, but some end up staying in areas where people take a lot of cigarettes. So if you cannot do anything about your environment as far as the smoke in cigarettes is concerned, please take some supplements. You can take vitamin C, you can take vitamin E, and you can take zinc. This would help you to ensure that your baby is comfortable, not just comfortable, developing well in your womb. You don't want some random stimulants destroying your baby's life by giving it a form that you have to regret for the rest of your life. Cigarettes are dangerous because they contain carbon monoxide. You know, there's this thing that they say that tobacco smokers will die young. Then imagine somebody who is young inside you. You don't want to take that risk, do you? Now, that's carbon monoxide reduces the amount of oxygen. There's oxygen in your blood, which your baby has to survive on. Then reducing the amount of oxygen in your blood means your baby will have to manage less of the oxygen, and your baby requires oxygen for development. Secondly, alcohol. I mean, you don't want to take the risk, do you? There are people who will take alcohol and absolutely nothing will happen to them. But you don't know who you are until you take the alcohol, especially if you're a first timer, if you're a primate, you're taking the alcohol, and at the end of the day, you have yourself to blame for taking it. There are cases where excess alcohol intake can cause fetal alcohol syndrome, slower growth rates, and seeing and hearing disorder. Imagine giving birth to a child and you have to contend with just one, not to talk of all of these things I've mentioned. By taking alcohol, your child can have learning difficulties and a high rate of physical abnormalities, e.g., cleft palate. Have you ever seen a one-on-one cleft palate before? No, don't get your child through that stress. Even though there are plastic surgeons who can put their child in order, it's still not like having your child normal. Just hold your truth. Hold your truth. Don't take alcohol. Research has it that for 50 women who would take 6 units of alcohol per day, up to 12 babies will have one or all of the conditions that I've just mentioned. Next on the list is caffeine, premature labor, low birth weight, breathing disorder, and increased rates of miscarriage are the things that can happen when you take excess caffeine. And you can find caffeine in your coffee, Coca-Cola, tea, and cola. Some people just like taking cola when they're pregnant. It's one of the things they crave for. And also, so it's always advisable that when you want to take anything, please confirm that it doesn't have caffeine. Even if it does, what's the quantity of caffeine in it? If it is possible, just simply stay away from it. Newsflash, chocolates has caffeine. So when you're going about craving and you feel like chocolate is one of the things that you can be free with, well, it's chocolate, it's milk, it's yummy, it's tasty, and then you go eating and eating and eating. Be careful not to hurt your baby. So in Nigeria, where I come from, women are advised that whenever they start salivating or they feel nausea or queasy, they should take bitter cola. It makes them feel elevated and they can retain their saliva and feel better. But bitter cola has caffeine. So it's not like you should take it all through. Even though the caffeine is of a smaller quantity, you have to be careful while you're taking it. There are 2 major symptoms of pregnancy at week 9. Fatigue, you get tired, you get exhausted. It's advisable to take a rest, renew your strength, and go about your business. Second on the list is breast soreness. You might even stay up at night because your breast is sore and you'll be wondering, what is this thing now? Why is my breast aching me? The problem is your breast is it's not actually a problem. It's something that you should rejoice over. Your breast is preparing itself for feeding. There's this blood circulation that is going on in the breast, which is actually stimulated by your hormones to prepare your breast to feed your baby. Like some theory would say, you shouldn't wear your bra when you're sleeping. It can hurt you to cut across circulation. Get a very comfortable bra while you're going to sleep. It's going to help with the soreness of your breast and firm enough to give you the comfort that you desire. You can always use a warm or a cold compress to make your breast feel less painful. So in the process, you might experience indigestion or heartburn. Do you know that chewing stimulates saliva, which in turn helps you to digest your food properly? It neutralizes the stomach acid. So it's advisable to get sugarless gums. That's if you can get it, if you're able to get it. Well, I don't think I've seen anyone around here, but if you can lay your hand on a gum that is sugarless, good for you. But if you cannot and you're able to lay your hand on Odara, Agbalumo, our own star cherry fruits here in Africa or in Nigeria, when you take it, you can chew for a long time and it turns into a gum. So if you can maintain that for a long time, if you're lucky to be pregnant within the season, it's better than getting a sugar-filled chewing gum. Some women do suffer from gestational diabetes, and we have to be careful in the things we take. You might get bloated and you might have gas. So simply eat your food in smaller quantity. In the case of constipation, go for fruits, go for fiber, things that can help you digest your food easily. And don't clog your belly with so much food. Give room for digestion. You will experience frequent urination. So over time, you're going to be experiencing some changes. Just go with the flow. It's just one of those things. Enjoy it, relish it, because at the end, there's a bigger prize to get. At week 9, what is happening to you? About now, your skin is beginning to glow because of the pregnancy. Secondly, you look healthier and you're beginning to glow. Some observant women would see the bloom in your looks and you get a lot of compliments. Your waistline is beginning to disappear and your clothes are beginning to get tighter. So do not wear any restrictive clothes. Make yourself very comfortable. You're feeling tired, your body metabolism and hormone level are increasing significantly, and this would make your blood sugar to get low. But there's a light of hope there, because in the second trimester, the placenta formation would have been completed, and that would give you some relief for the next weeks, because your energy level has increased and the morning sickness has reduced significantly. Or you can actually maintain a workout routine, but you have to sort that out yourself. So do a little research and find out the kind of workout that will be suitable for your present condition. I won't be giving you that, sorry. So what happens to your baby? What happens to our baby? Your baby is starting to make use of his muscles and bones by moving around the uterus. Your baby's fingers and toes are beginning to grow rapidly, and the hand and the feet are looking more like a baby, more like a human being. The wrists and the ankles are beginning to appear. So that'll be all for week 9. I hope this has helped a lot. If you have any kind of information that you want others to share or others to know, you can just put it down in the comment section below. If you're yet to be a subscriber, please do hit on the subscribe button